Hey guys, let's be real for a second. Prime Video, it can be a bit of a mixed bag. But I've got good news. This month, they've been quietly adding a ton of absolute bangers. From brand new originals and modern blockbusters to spooky Halloween picks, this is one of the best lineups I've seen from them in a while. So today, we're diving into 15 of the best movies and shows being added to Prime Video. Oh, and by the way, keep an eye on the posters on screen. I've put all the cool info you need, like the release date on Prime, genre, and cast, right there for you. You ready? Awesome, let's do this. All right, let's kick things off with the big guns, a truly fantastic lineup of action movies hitting Prime this month. First up, Play Dirty. This is the brand new Prime Video original everyone is talking about. Play Dirty is a crime action comedy from director Shane Black, the genius behind masterpieces like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys. Based on the celebrated Parker novels, the story follows a professional thief who operates with a unique code of ethics. After being double-crossed and left for dead by his own crew, he returns with a singular focus: revenge. His mission pulls him into a dangerous world of South American dictators, international mobsters, and a particularly ruthless billionaire. The film stars Mark Wahlberg as the hardened thief, Parker, bringing his signature tough guy charisma. He's joined by the great Lakeith Stanfield as Grofield, a fellow criminal whose loyalties are always in question. If you love the witty, fast-paced action of The Nice Guys or the gritty revenge plots in Payback, then you should check this one out immediately. Next up, No Time to Die. This is Daniel Craig's epic and emotional farewell to James Bond. This 25th official Bond film is directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga, the visionary behind True Detective Season 1, and serves as a definitive conclusion to an entire era. The story finds James Bond enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica after leaving active service. His peace is short-lived, however, when his old CIA friend Felix Leiter shows up asking for help. The mission turns out to be far more treacherous than expected, leading Bond onto the trail of a mysterious new villain armed with a truly terrifying bioweapon. Daniel Craig delivers his most vulnerable and emotional performance as Bond. He's pitted against Rami Malek as the chilling villain Safin, and the film also features a scene-stealing performance from Ana de Armas. If you enjoy the modern, gritty take on spy thrillers like the Jason Bourne series or the massive scale of the Mission Impossible films, you can't miss this one. Next up, Night and Day. This action rom-com is a ridiculously fun ride. This film comes from director James Mangold, who proved his incredible range with movies like Logan and Ford vs. Ferrari. June Havens finds her life turned completely upside down when a chance encounter at an airport pulls her into a world of espionage. She soon discovers her chance encounter is actually Roy Miller, a secret agent on the run. Now she's caught in a globe-trotting adventure, dodging bullets and assassins as they race to protect a powerful new energy source. The film absolutely thrives on the fantastic chemistry between its two leads. Tom Cruise is at his most charismatic as the charming but seemingly unhinged agent Roy Miller, and Cameron Diaz is just perfect as the relatable everywoman June Havens thrown into an insane situation. If you enjoy fun, high-energy spy comedies like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. or the action romance of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, this is a perfect weekend movie. And finally, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And to wrap up our action section, we have a classic adventure. While it might be the most divisive film in the franchise, seeing Harrison Ford back in the fedora is always a treat from the legendary director Steven Spielberg. Set during the Cold War, this fourth installment brings Indy back into the action. After escaping a close call with Soviet agents, he finds himself on a quest to uncover the secrets of the mysterious crystal skulls of Akator. The journey pits him against agents from the Soviet Union, leading to jungle chases, ancient tombs, and some, let's say, out-of-this-world revelations. Harrison Ford effortlessly slips back into his most iconic role. He's joined by Cate Blanchett as the formidable and memorable villain Irina Spalko. If you're a fan of classic adventure films or just want to complete your Indiana Jones marathon, now's your chance. Next, let's get into some modern mysteries and prestigious thrillers. First up, Lazarus. Get ready for your next obsession, because a new Harlan Coben mystery is here. This mystery thriller miniseries is the latest collaboration between the master of suspense and Prime Video. The story follows Joel Lazarus, who returns to his hometown after his father, Dr. Jonathan Lazarus, dies by suicide. Almost immediately, Joel begins to have disturbing experiences that can't be explained. He quickly becomes entangled in a series of cold case murders as he grapples with the dark mystery of his father's death and the unsolved murder of his own sister 25 years ago. The series stars the incredible Sam Claflin, known for The Hunger Games as the tormented Joel Lazarus. He's joined by the legendary Bill Nighy as his late father, who appears in unsettling flashbacks. If you're a fan of twisting, suspenseful Harlan Coben adaptations like The Stranger or Fool Me Once, you already know you can't miss this one. And now, House of Gucci. From a fictional mystery to a shocking true story, we have House of Gucci. This is a star-studded biographical crime drama from the legendary director Ridley Scott. The film chronicles the tumultuous relationship between Patrizia Reggiani and Maurizio Gucci, heir to the Gucci fashion dynasty. It's a story of ambition, glamour, betrayal, and ultimately murder, as Patrizia's ambition leads her down a dark path after Maurizio tries to push her out of the family business. Lady Gaga gives a powerhouse, Oscar-nominated performance as the ambitious and dangerous Patrizia. She's joined by Adam Driver as the more reserved Maurizio Gucci. If you enjoy stylish, epic crime dramas like The Godfather or true story takedowns like The Wolf of Wall Street, you'll be fascinated by this one. All right, moving on, let's get into some high-concept sci-fi. First up, Lucy. This is a wild and fast-paced sci-fi action ride from director Luc Besson, the man behind The Fifth Element and Leon the Professional. Scarlett Johansson stars as Lucy, an ordinary woman forced to become a drug mule. But when the bag of a powerful new synthetic drug breaks inside her, it begins to unlock her brain's capacity far beyond human limits. What follows is a visually inventive and philosophical trip as she evolves into a being with godlike powers, racing against time to understand her new reality before it consumes her entirely. Scarlett Johansson is absolutely magnetic as she transforms from a scared victim to a transcendent being. She's joined by the legendary Morgan Freeman, who provides the scientific exposition that grounds the film's wild concepts. If you enjoy mind-bending action films like Limitless or the unique visual style of The Fifth Element, Lucy is a blast. And next, Companion. Next up in our sci-fi section, we have the new horror thriller Companion. This is the directorial debut of Drew Hancock and is produced by Zach Kreger, the brilliant mind behind Barbarian, so you know you're in for some twists. The story follows Iris, who goes on a weekend getaway with her boyfriend Josh and his wealthy friends to a luxurious lake estate. After a slightly awkward start, the group spends a boisterous evening together, seemingly having a great time. But their perfect weekend is shattered the following morning when an event occurs that will change their lives forever, trapping them in a tense and terrifying struggle for survival. The film stars Sophie Thatcher from The Boogeyman as Iris. She's joined by the great Jack Quaid from The Boys as one of the friends at the estate. If you love smart, high-concept sci-fi thrillers like Ex Machina or the dark suspense of Possessor, you'll want to check this one out. Now, since it's October, we absolutely have to talk about the Halloween lineup. Prime has added some fantastic spooky movies for every taste. First up, The Boogeyman. This film is based on a short story by the master of horror, Stephen King, and it's a classic supernatural scare fest. The film follows two sisters reeling from the death of their mother. They find themselves haunted by a terrifying entity that preys on their family's grief and hides in the shadows of their home. It's a genuinely creepy and atmospheric film that's a masterclass in building dread. The film stars Sophie Thatcher and Chris Messina, who both give excellent performances as a family torn apart by tragedy. If you enjoy supernatural horror films like The Conjuring or the creature feature tension of Lights Out, this is a perfect watch for a dark night. Next up, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. For a Halloween movie that's both scary and hilarious, check out this dark comedy slasher. Directed by Helena Rain, this A24 film is a sharp and witty satire of Gen Z culture. When a group of rich 20-somethings get stuck at a remote mansion during a hurricane, they decide to play a murder mystery game. But things get a little too real when one of them actually turns up dead. Now they have to figure out who the killer is before they're next. The film features a fantastic ensemble cast, including Amanda Stenberg and the hilarious Pete Davidson. If you love modern whodunits like Knives Out or horror comedies like Ready or Not, you will have a blast with this one. And next, Dracula Untold. This is a dark fantasy action epic that gives a new origin story to the world's most famous vampire. The story reimagines Dracula not as a villain, but a tragic hero. Prince Vlad, played by Luke Evans, makes a dark deal with a demonic force to gain the power to protect his kingdom and his family from an invading army. It's a visually spectacular film, packed with massive battle scenes and cool supernatural powers. The film also features a great performance from Charles Dance as the ancient vampire who gives Vlad his powers. If you enjoy dark fantasy epics like the Underworld series or historical action films like 300, you'll find a lot to love here. And finally, The Beast Within. For our final Halloween pick, here's a brand new take on the werewolf legend. This film is a fresh and terrifying body horror movie and a reimagining of the 1982 classic. The story centers on a 10-year-old girl named Willa. After she begins to experience horrifying nightmares and disturbing visions, she starts to uncover a dark family secret. The clues lead her to a terrifying curse involving a werewolf and the horrifying transformations that happen within her family's secluded mansion as she tries to piece together her family's dark past. The film stars the talented Kit Harington from Game of Thrones and Ashley Cummings. If you're a fan of classic monster movies with a modern, brutal twist like The Wolfman 2010 or the coming-of-age horror of Ginger Snaps, you'll definitely want to check this one out. All right, after all that horror, it's time to lighten the mood with some laugh-out-loud comedies. First up, Vacation Friends. This raunchy comedy is about a vacation gone wild. The story follows Marcus and Emily, a straight-laced couple who, after a series of mishaps on vacation, end up befriending a wild, thrill-seeking couple named Ron and Kyla. They have the time of their lives, thinking they'll never see them again. But months later, their new vacation friends show up uninvited to their wedding, ready to continue the chaos. The film features a hilarious pairing of Lil Rel Howery as the stressed-out Marcus and John Cena as the overly enthusiastic and chaotic Ron. If you love chaotic wedding comedies like Wedding Crashers or buddy comedies like Tag, you're in for a hilarious time. Next up, The Change-Up. Here's a classic body swap comedy from the director of Wedding Crashers. The film follows two lifelong friends who are living completely different lives. Dave is an overworked lawyer and family man, while Mitch is a single, carefree actor. After a drunken night, they wish they had each other's lives, and wake up the next morning having switched bodies. Now they have to navigate each other's chaotic worlds without completely ruining everything. The movie is led by the fantastic comedic duo of Jason Bateman as the stressed-out Dave and Ryan Reynolds as the charming slacker Mitch. If you're a fan of R-rated comedies like Horrible Bosses or other body swap movies like Freaky Friday, this is a guaranteed laugh. And rounding out the comedies, Pixels. If you're looking for a comedy that's just pure nostalgic fun, then this last one is for you. This is the sci-fi comedy Pixels from director Chris Columbus. The film imagines a world where aliens misinterpret classic arcade game feeds from the 80s as a declaration of war. They attack Earth using giant pixelated versions of characters like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Now it's up to a group of former arcade champions to save the world. The movie stars Adam Sandler as Sam Brenner, a former Pac-Man prodigy. He's joined by Peter Dinklage in a hilarious role as his arrogant arcade rival Eddie Plant. It's a goofy, visually creative, and fun nostalgia trip. If you love 80s pop culture and movies like Ghostbusters or Ready Player One, you'll have a good time with this one. All right, guys, that's a wrap on 15 absolute bangers that Prime Video has added for October. From brand new action flicks and modern thrillers to spooky Halloween classics, I hope you found your next movie night obsession. Now I have to know, which movie on this list are you most excited to watch first? Or what's the best hidden gem you found on Prime Video? Let the debate begin in the comments below. If you love finding great movies without the hassle of scrolling, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another list. And if you're ready for more, click one of these videos right here on the screen. Until next time, happy watching!